is the end of day one in Adelaide. Not quite the day one that India encountered in Perth, where they came back very strongly. This time Australia have stood up. It seemed like it was a script of Perth, where India get out for a low total but get Australia out for a much lower total. That's definitely not happening, though there is still 94 run lead that India have. Australia have 9 wicket in hand, clearly ahead in this game, but you never know. India had a collapse or two. Will Australia have that on day 2? We'll only find out. But what we're going to do in the next hour or so is look back at what was an eventful day 1 of the pink ball test match. India in a good position to begin with, good partnership, Gale, KL, then floundered from there, losing quick wickets, then counter-attacking last 4 wickets, gave you 80 plus runs, and you did well to reach 180. Then you came back and got an early wicket of Usman Khawaja at 24, thinking you'll make inroads. But from there, Australia have dug their heels in. 86 for 1. McSweeney and Labus Kakne on the crease, and 94 run lead is what India have. How's it looking?
Now I think day 1 is over. I think Australia now have the slight edge, because they negotiated the conditions better. India didn't help themselves by not bowling the right lengths. And you saw so many leaves, so many beats leaving on the length. India needed to be fuller. Sure, 33 overs, 86, it's not been easy for Australia. But McSweeney and Marnus Labuschagne have dug themselves in. Tomorrow onwards, when the sun is going to beat down upon the wicket, and also on day 3, you are encountering the best batting conditions until twilight. First 2 sessions, you will be wanting to make hay. And now with 33 overs, until over number 40, you can still get a bit of assistance. India needed to have taken 2-3 wickets today to still maintain their edge, but now I think Australia have crept up.
This was exactly what I was scared of since the very beginning. In fact, the series, since the time series began, till the time the batters aren't getting the runs and other bowlers aren't contributing, the Indian team cannot win a test match in Australia. It was just a one-man show in the first test match, because Jasprit Bumrah gave you that advantage after the end of first innings in the first test match, and from there Australians weren't able to come back into the game after what Jasprit Bumrah did in the first inning. After that, it was just India's game from there. But here again, I think the problem being Jasprit Bumrah not batting. Definitely you need to get runs. Batting is an issue. You haven't been getting to run since a very long time now. Batters are an issue. Except the second innings, yeah. I'm not counting that, because I feel that the first innings you took that big a lead that after that it was your game anyway.
No, you still have to count.
It's not like I'm
you
not
still have to count it.
I'm not count. It's not that I'm counting the runs out. What I'm trying to say is I'm just saying that the Indian batters haven't stood up whenever it has been needed by the Indian batters. That's what I meant. And bowling,
yeah, it was needed in the second innings.
Yeah, it was
40 odd run lead.
Just a 40 run lead.
But
you
again,
took the game totally away then.
No, but I'm saying if that game, then also you ended up scoring just 200 odd runs in the second innings, it was still your game.
I can still make
it was going
sense
to be
of
your
the
game
fact
anyways.
that in 9 innings when you have played so far, 9 innings, you have had only 2 400 plus totals.
This one second innings,
and in Bengaluru second innings,
that also down to
yes,
2.
but that was, you are already staring down the barrel at 46
exactly,
all over. But then yes, it continues a worrying trend that is there. 2 400
batters
plus
haven't
totals in
bailed
9
you out.
innings.
It's not like that batters have won you games till now in Test cricket. I think that's been lacking, and not every day are your bowlers going to do that, especially when you're going in with a weaker bowling lineup. You went with the Ravichandran Ashwin. We talked about this at the toss also when me and Sidvi sir did this conversation. I think that was a much better move to go in with an R Ashwin instead of Sundar, having a pure bowler, but then again you didn't use
I'll
him.
get to the selection later. That we'll talk. I just want to know, like Siddharth made it a point that he thinks that Australia is slightly ahead. Where do you stand on this?
I think Australia is not. I think if it's down to percentages this point, I think 75-35 in favor of Australia at this point.
75-25 you mean?
Sorry, yeah, 75-25. The way Australians are batting, and just looking
That was not a
definitely not. But just looking at the conditions, since the beginning of the test match, I have felt definitely there is grass on the wicket, but it's not like I don't know. I just felt that the wicket is much more.
Do you know they have 6 mm grass?
Yeah, I know.
When in India, in Ranji Trophy, 4 mm grass is left, batters are cribbing.
Yeah.
So 6 mm. And this is exactly the same amount of grass where India 36 all out.
Yeah.
Also happened. So they've left a fair amount. But that's not to say I don't think that India made a wrong decision by batting. I think that was the right decision. You needed to make best use of the condition. Also, you were batting during sunlight. Rain also did not come. So, you should have gotten more runs, I agree. But on the situation where the match is, I know that Australia have had a great day, both with the ball and the bat. But I don't think they've gone so far ahead at 75-25. Because let's not forget, India still have a 94-run lead. There is a good chance that Australia will take a lead. But if they were to be dismissed for 150 more, it wouldn't be very surprising for them to lose 10 wickets for 150 more, which will be again a 50-60 run lead, which I think is, keeps the game in balance. So that can happen, but for that India need to bowl well. But I'm just going to address today's game. I
was just keeping in mind the conditions that I'm seeing here, and I'm also seeing at the Indian bowling lineup. I don't know. It was just day one of the test match. You're going to see a different Jasprit Bumrah on different days of the test match. But I just feel that not the best of the days for Jasprit Bumrah as far as his bowling was concerned, and that was pretty visible. Now, I don't know if suddenly if he comes tomorrow in a very different shape, if he's the same Jasprit Bumrah we've been seeing in the Perth Test match or be it the World Cups, wherever we have seen him. But if that's not the case, and seeing the conditions like Sidvi sir also pointed that out, that it's going to be the best batting conditions now tomorrow for the first 2 sessions. So I see Australia touching that 300 mark from here.
I'm surprised you mentioned Bumrah. He looked the best amongst
the lot. He looked the best amongst the lot, but not the Bumrah.
You can't say that. I mean, you have to take into account that you're saying, I don't know whether he'll be the same bowler he is. There is a good chance he will be that same bowler. So we have to account for that. If he is not the best bowler, so then even I can say that India will not do well.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to account for what kind of a bowler he will be. So then you take into a sample size what he's been. So, I mean, I'll get to the selection a little later, as I said. Yeah. But just on the subject of what India did, I am still not very confident of this Australian batting. One, McSweeney got dropped, as you know. He could have very well been out. You never know how many wickets they would have lost. Secondly, I think the fault here lies with Indian bowlers more than Australian batters. I think they were horrendous. My only point is, and you don't even need to look too far. Who was the most successful bowler on the day? Mitch Starc. Who was the most successful bowler in pink ball tests in Australia? Mitch Starc. Why is he successful? And this is not something that we are saying after the event is done. But even when the match started, we all thought that he is going to be this successful. There is a reason why he's successful, because you know the kind of bowler he is. He's that one bowler who likes to pitch the ball up. And on certain pitches, he pays a price for it also, where he leaks runs. But in this kind of pitch, with the pink ball, where pink ball moves till a much longer time, he pitches it out. Look at his dismissals. Yeah. Look at his dismissal of a Jaiswal, of a Shubman Gill, of the tailenders. I think Harshit Rana, he got out towards the end. Siraj also, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Siraj was unbeaten. It was Ashwin.
Ashwin. So how did he get his wickets? Pitching the ball up. That's exactly what you do. Your short ball or good length ball is a surprise ball. Is a surprise ball that you sometimes use, which Cummins used against Rishabh Pant. That's a surprise ball. That's a Jaffer. But that's predominantly you're going to do. And my point is that you've seen Mitchell Starc do that, and you come to do, and you've not done that. One, I think the lengths were faulty from the Indian bowlers. Two, the line. Let's say, and this is where I give credit to the Australian bowlers. They realized that KL Rahul was outstanding in the first test match with his leaves. What did they do? They ensured that he plays more balls this time. So they got him to play. Later when he was dropped, he realized that now I can't play the leaving game because they're going to keep attacking my stumps or my pad. So he had to play and he got runs. But you have not learnt anything. What did you do? You went on with the conventional 4th, 5th stump line, allowing a Labus Khakne or a McSweeney to leave a lot of balls. So you did not get the batters to commit or play. And blunders, that's why I'm saying, the same Indian bowling attack in these same conditions where I did see a lot of lateral movement, the ball moving around, better line, better length, probably Australia would have been 5-6 down by the end of the day. But that's exactly what the Indian team did not know, which is why I'm saying that I'm not going to put Australia so far ahead, because it has happened many times in the past that you make a mistake, you go back, you look at the video, you are given a pep talk, and then you fix things. The only thing I was a bit surprised with, that if all of us were seeing that this was an issue. If people who are watching us were saying this was an issue, if people on social media were saying this, I sometimes used to wonder why doesn't a Rohit Sharma or a Virat Kohli, I mean, keep giving feedback. I saw Virat Kohli pump the bowlers up. I could hear in the stump back there. But same thing, just somebody going like Harshit Rana, for example, happy to be aggressive and bowling short pitch and saying a few words, because I know bowlers get excited in Australia when that bounce comes and the batter is struggling and few times he's beaten, just as it happens with Lavus Hagne. But eventually, does it result in a wicket? No, somebody needs to go and tell him that. I know he's not that bowler, and probably we'll get to the selection later. But right now, whatever you've picked, are you utilizing your skill level to the optimum? You're not. And I think India were absolutely guilty of that. Otherwise, it could have been.
I think Mohammad Siraj was still okay as far as his lengths were concerned.
The line was a problem.
Was a
way down leg side on a couple of occasions. Pant had no chance.
Either way down or on the fourth or fifth stump. It wasn't the correct lines, I think, with Mohammad Siraj. I think he was trying to execute the exact plan we are talking about, but length was the problem.
No, but if you do not get the line correct, then it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't
As
really
I said, you look at Starc's wickets. It's either leg before or bowled. What has he done?
And all the deliveries that weren't of the right lines as far as Starc is concerned, he was taken down by Nitish Kumar Reddy. I remember those short over covers over mid on also, where he sort of, whenever it was over pitched outside off stump on the fifth or sixth stump, he was attacked by Nitish Reddy.
Look, today look at each dismissal, okay, all in the good length or in the full area. How did Hazelwood get rid of the Indian team in 2020? Full outside off with a hint of swing, and they fell for 36. Today, Starc, look at the wicket of Jaiswal, full, coming back. You look at KL Rahul, full. You look at Ashwin, full. You look at Harshit, full. Every wicket that he took, and even Cummins, barring Pant, Cummins dismissal of Bumrah, full, outside off, edge, gone. Ashwin, same thing, full LBW. You look at Khwaja's dismissal also, it kicked up from a good length. It wasn't the back of a length or a short length. Harshit Rana was guilty of not pitching it up too full. Same with, you may say, Siraj, too inconsistent. And that is the main reason why you've seen Australia have a partnership worth of over 62 runs. 62 runs is the partnership. Look at the way how they left. What did they do? They trusted the length. If it was full, they were uncertain. That's why McSweeney got that edge. Pant dived across, he dropped it. What was the length? Full. The uncertainty over the fuller length in the night conditions ensured that yes, the side was Boland nipping back in from a fullish length. That's how you get the wickets in Adelaide. Hazelwood and Starc, look at Starc. Not just Adelaide, with the pink ball, he knows a certain length. That's why he's got success even in Perth. That's why he's gotten success in Brisbane.
But I think, I don't know, 5 out of the 2 bowlers can have off days who have had a great test match last time around. Jasprit Bumrah did not have the best of the days. Even same for Mohammad Siraj, who was wavering off his line again and again. And I've seen this problem with Siraj. It's a persistent problem. It's always been there that he does tend to go, more towards the leg side, drifting towards leg side whenever he's sort of trying to attack the stump. So that tends to happen with Mohammad Siraj quite frequently, and that's a problem that he needs to work on. But I feel that these days can come for a bowler, especially after a good outing last time around. And because of that reason, other bowlers need to step up, which you were clearly missing today.
No, but that's because you played. Honestly telling you, the only 2 bowlers that I had a lot of faith from were Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj.
Exactly.
And if Jasprit Bumrah does not have a great day, and Mohammad Siraj don't have a great day, you're going to be in trouble. I did not expect much from Harshit Rana. Said it at the start of the match that I would have still played Akashdeep here, 100%. This was his kind of pitch. You need a bowler like that. Harshit will, excite you. You will enjoy that, verbals and short pitch bowling and pace here and there. But is he the bowler who's going to give you a lot of wickets? I don't think so. That's another thing. If he goes back into the hut today and somebody sits down with him and says that maybe, change your line and your length, maybe he could be better, but still does not have the natural ability that an Akashdeep anyway has to get the seam movement as he does. So you're missing that. Nitish Kumar Reddy, as I said again, you are playing him under the guise of an all-rounder, but he's not a bowler for me. He's never going to be picking wickets for me. Maybe at best, one batter trying to just tonk him outside the ground, top edges it, and you get a wicket. But he's not going to set up a batter and get you out. So which is why I'm saying this easy thing of making all-rounders is the wrong thing. So you're effectively only playing with
4 bowlers.
Yes, you're playing with 4 bowlers. That's why I was saying when I was making the 11, again taking nothing away from Nitish Reddy's batting, he batted. But listen, that is again a counter-attacking inning. It's not a test inning. You will enjoy, and today it becomes important because you've got 180 in which he's contributed with the maximum amount of runs. But this kind of batting is not going to help you always, especially in a 500 match game. That's why you need a batter to come and give you 80, 90. Some batter has to. So as many batters as you get, the chance of, there'll only be 1 or 2 batters who will bat well. So the more batters are packed, the chance of those 1 or 2 coming good will be there. In his case, that will not happen. He plays outstanding shots. I loved it when he was hitting those sixes. But that's again white ball batting. No, that can only be counter-attacking. That's never going to help me. So if bowling is not going to help me, I might as well have a batter. Or you go with an out-and-out bowler. You know, you saw Ashwin also kind of got you runs in that style. Maybe Jadeja also would have, done counter-attacking batting and you get in. But the thing is, you're making him play because of his bowling, so he's not going to get you wickets. Now, get to Ashwin. Please answer that question. Why wasn't Ashwin tried earlier in the day when nothing is happening? You're telling me today Nitish Reddy can bowl 3 overs and Ashwin only 1? That too a courtesy over when the day's play is over. That just, defied
That
logic.
too just to end, to change to ends for just with Bumrah, I believe. That 1 over, I think
No,
courtesy.
Bumrah bowled the
he
same.
bowled,
Same end.
yeah, he
didn't
bowled the
change.
same, no?
Same end.
He bowled the same end.
Same end.
And also, as far as Harshit Rana is concerned, I think a very big reason why he was bowling short again and again went down to what he did in the Prime Minister's 11 game. He ended up having 4 wickets, and most of the success he got was on short deliveries.
Same in Perth.
Yeah,
he got those
exactly.
3 wickets in
Yeah.
one
But
inning.
different conditions.
Exactly
Yeah,
my
exactly.
point. Exactly my point. It's not gonna
Adjusting
happen here.
and recalibrating is something that what Australia failed on day 1, India has had the same thing. No, but then this question on Ashwin. Wait, are we in Bengaluru or are we in Adelaide? In Bengaluru, remember on day 5, we wanted Ashwin to come and bowl to the left-handers immediately. Latham and, look at it, Bumrah and Ashwin. What stopped them from bowling from both ends? Troubling the left-handers. But then he came on too late when the game was already done. Now here, 1 over. That's it.
See, and again, these are not 2 batters. One, McSweeney has no idea how to play. Ashwin has never played him before, right? So there you have a chance. Lavus Kakne has been troubled by Ashwin before.
Yes.
So all the more reason you get him a bit earlier. I agree you want to give your fast bowlers the best chance, but honestly, when I saw that after 3-4 overs of Harshit Rana, I would have gone to an Ashwin because I knew that with this kind of bowling, he ain't giving me too much today, and not definitely going to a Nitish. Nitish Reddy can always be used as giving rest to a bowler, but nothing more than that. Ashwin has to bowl ahead of him. I know that fast bowling conditions and swing and seam and all of that. Still,
in fact, when the conditions flatten out, Ashwin needs to have a bigger workload. And I was surprised that, okay, Bumrah got the wicket of Khwaja, but then 7 straight overs. That too on day 1. That is also a worry.
I was getting palpitation.
Yes.
I hope pushing him and pulls up because of an injury, your whole core is under jeopardy.
Exactly. So that was the one big survive. 6 overs of brilliance. Caught Khwaja. But then 1 more over, I said, what? Please let us not get carried away. We need Bumrah for the entire 46 days.
I think the idea was in a new man, just trouble him there only and get him out. And he did bowl well.
Yep,
to begin with, as soon as Lavus Kakne came in, he did bowl well. But then, again, we'll talk about Indian bowling. Lavus Kakne in particular, under the pump, because people are saying he needs to get dropped, was getting sledged at, a few bouncers here and there. Gutsy guy, was ready to give it back and said, okay, I'm going to fight it out. Siraj even threw the ball.
This could very well be his test match as well. I predicted
It's too early. Shashwat is batting on 20.
Just 20, but the way he's batting and the way the grit
You
he's
don't say the same for when KL bats on 20 when he's looking.
See, he's
then
got
you say he's going to be out next ball.
He's got a good record in Adelaide, 71 average in the pink ball. But then remember, this was
not just this, I think he's somebody who can counter swing very well. That's also a very big reason why I feel
I would say wait for day 2. End of day 2.
Day 2, she said tomorrow morning there will be very good batting conditions. Afternoon, sorry.
No,
Ball, see, that's the thing with pink ball. that the ball will keep doing.
But ball is also now 30 overs old.
That's the beauty of this
40,
ball.
40 overs,
40, 50 overs also it will swing. And again, it's unlike India. The outfield is lush green.
Yeah.
There's grass on the pitch.
So
the
it's
ball-
not getting old too soon.
No, it's not. It's not. So they
And
see
nobody is hitting it also that much.
You're leaving a lot, so the ball is still brand new in that sense, isn't it? Because you've seen how many, just about 11 fours been hit in the Australian innings out of 33 overs. So do the math. They leave more, the ball is fresher. In that sense.
Akashdeep. Am I the only one who wanted him?
No,
But
everyone
all
wanted
of us
him.
wanted. I
Since
mean,
the first test match.
The only bowling combination wherein we had all three of our panelists had the name was Akashdeep
And Bumrah. Yeah.
and Bumrah. And Bumrah was
And
no
Siraj.
brainer. No
And
brainer.
Siraj.
No Harshit. See, that's
None of
the
us
thing.
picked actually Harshit in I-11 on the eve of the game.
Yeah.
So wrong. He's
No,
picking
how is
4
it-
wickets
how is
and
it-
3 wickets there. You're not picking him in the 11.
How is it that we
is
think
very
so
wrong.
differently than the decision makers?
And then he's performing also. He picked 3 wickets in the Prime Minister's 11, 3, 4 in that.
Joel
3.
was your best batter there. He's not even playing this match. So how does it matter?
Sarfaraz was your best
Because you
batter in
went with
Bengaluru.
condition.
Sarfaraz to have ended poor guy's career.
What did he say in that thing? What a legend. What? What was
That one that I was telling you.
what was-
Yeah, he said he's a legend. What a legend. He just saw him with so much awe, like he's seeing him for the first time. It felt like that. But they travel together, right? Do they?
I don't know.
Yeah, they do. In Australia, you have to. It's too far.
England, you can travel.
England, you
by
can
road.
travel by yourself. You can somebody can take a car, somebody can take a bus. In Australia, distances are.
A huge.
It's about a 5-hour flight
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Perth to.
yeah, to Adelaide, right?
Yeah. And another 4 hours from Adelaide to Canberra.
And you
if I'm not
walk to
mistaken.
the hotel to the
4-5 hours by
Canberra, must be 3. Yeah, no, not too far.
Canberra
But it
to?
is 2-3 hours.
flight. Adelaide.
No, it's far away. 3-4
No,
hours. Flight, na?
Half flight.
Yeah, 3-4 hours.
3-4 hours, yeah. So, yeah, that is the problem with they didn't recalibrate. Like what Australia didn't do on day 1 in Perth, India didn't do the same on day 2. Sure, I mean the bowling was a notch above Starc. I mean you can check out like why he is the king in pink ball test matches. 72 wickets, 4-5 wicket hauls, average of 18. No one has more than 2. This guy has got 4. And it's not just restricted to Adelaide alone. Perth, Brisbane, you name it, pink ball. Starc's a different beast altogether.
Let's go to India's batting. Were the conditions really tough or what happened?
I personally feel the bowling was just too good and the batting was found wanting, like always.
I
One-
think it was cluster collapse and the conditions had nothing to do
Yeah,
with it.
conditions so definitely had nothing because the time
The
when
ball
the
was
condition
swinging, yeah. Jaiswal, first ball he faces, bang on the money. Not easy, not even.
But then in Perth we said the same thing, isn't it? They collapsed, they cluster collapsed, and then the conditions when KL Rahul was batting, it looked as if the conditions were flat.
You don't know how much abuse I have got because yesterday I put a tweet saying, good idea to have Rohit in the middle order. Gives me full Gilchrist feels. So today I've got so much abuse. Gilchrist.
You see,
You're Gilchrist.
No, I think he's a team man. He did it for the team.
No, but that
It was a
it
very
doesn't
big.
matter.
No, see, you also know many captains before this would
Can
never
I be
have.
honest about it?
Yeah.
With the way he was batting today, for his sake also good he was not opening. Let's be honest about it. Let's be honest. Team is, yes, he has made a decision, I agree.
But no captain would have.
No, why not?
Even before
You
this.
have started watching cricket now,
No,
yeah.
no,
I've
no.
seen cricket. There are lots of captains.
I'm saying
who've
in
done
this
it.
generation, no captain would have.
Oh, in generation though, there's only one captain now, yeah. What are you saying? Just a senior player like Virat Kohli moved for KL Rahul, batted at number 3 just now.
Yeah,
He
Bengaluru.
did. He did.
Because
What is
Gill
the-
was
what is the
injured,
laugh?
he took the punt.
Then
He did.
He
That's
did. He sacrificed. Come on, don't pass these sweeping statements that nobody else will do. I agree, and we praise that. Good call by Rohit for the team and for both ways. I thought KL also should have continued batting there for the form he showed, and it would have suited Rohit also. Not just coming in. He's been here 2 weeks. He's into the pink ball. Pink ball would have been tough to be batting, and he was finding it tough when he came out to bat. Swing and a miss, pitching up the ball wasn't easy. But that's where I wanted him to play counter-attacking. What Nitish Reddy was doing. See, he shouldn't have been biding his time. He should have played some counter-attacking. If he had got another 40, 50 runs like that, your total is
230,
230.
240.
Exactly, game is on.
Yeah.
So that's what I would have liked to have seen him do today.
But
which he did not. That's what I'm
Rohit,
disappointed.
Yeah, Rohit, bat him in the top, bat him in the middle, bat him in the tail. His 16-year problem of that incoming delivery, he just can't sort it out. That's the technical flaw. He's lucky that he's in a generation of bowlers who haven't exploited that consistently.
So there's certain things are common. Incoming delivery problem for Rohit and outside the off stump problem for Virat Kohli.
Yes.
That's what happened today.
That's what happened. Rather in Perth, it went off the face. In Adelaide, it went off the bottom when you look at it, bottomish part of the bat. That's the way. He kind of wanted to leave, but then that misjudgment ensured, okay, in Perth it went off the face, here it went to the bottom part of the bat.
No, I think they really exploited that. They realized that the Indian batters were leaving the ball on the bounce last time around. I think they exploited that really well. First with KL Rahul to begin with when he was dropped, and then with Virat also.
No, but that's another interesting thing which I was mentioning to Siddharth, which people don't know. And I'll talk about both KL Rahul's and Virat Kohli's dismissal because that back foot thing, there was one issue that he was always with Virat front foot. He kind of sorted it out in Perth where he was happy to go to the back foot, right? But the one difference that you see in Perth, and that's a very interesting data I was looking at, the maximum amount of bounce that you have in Australia in any pitch is Adelaide. Not Perth, not Gabba. So Perth and Gabba are quicker pitches, but that extra bounce, and they've looked at average bounce, for years in Australian ground. Adelaide seems to have that slightly extra bounce compared to all other Australian grounds. So I think that's the problem. So you are used to Australian grounds, but that slight extra bounce, and maybe it got accentuated with the fact that it was happening with pink ball, because with red ball, Indian batters have gone to Adelaide and scored a lot of runs. So they've gotten used to, batting like that. Virat himself has been outstanding in Adelaide. But I think with that, more pronounced seam that it lands on the seam, that slight extra bounce. If you look at, KL you can get out or whatever, but one thing that we saw with KL we appreciated was that he was leaving balls not only outside the off stump, but on height as well, and you require a lot of confidence to do it.
Yeah.
But here he got a bit confused, and I thought that was that slight extra bounce. So you got used to one particular bounce. Here, normal circumstances, he would have probably been able to leave it better, but that slight extra bounce that troubled both Virat as well as
but I think definitely that would have been one thing, that there was a little bit of more bounce as compared to Perth here. But I think the Australian bowlers also came up with a better plan. They realized that he's leaving it on the bounce, so they sort of went even more closer. Till now, I think they were bowling on the fourth stump. They started bowling on the third stump with that bounce, giving KL Rahul no other option either to play it or just sort of defend it that way. So I think he had no other option, so he had to.
But the one that he gets out, he could have left. Yeah. The one but this is, I think we discussed in our tea, and that's what I said, that kudos to the Australian bowlers to have come out with a plan for KL Rahul this time. Yes. That because he was so good at leaving balls, just make him play the balls, and which is what we said at the start. If Australia could go back into the hut after losing that game and figure out that, listen, this is how we're going to deal with KL Rahul, by ensuring that we don't allow him to leave balls as soon as he tries, because he will play this style only, that let me tire the bowlers out, wait, once they get tired, then I get my runs. Let's not do it. Let's attack him straight. So either he gets runs off us, in which case he has to change his natural game and be more attacking, or he gets out. And I think they gambled on that, really worked for them.
But I think to begin with KL Rahul, I think he started off really slow. It was, I think, just the fact that he was appreciated so much for the fact that he was looking really, really solid last time around. This time it could have gone against him also.
No, but this is exactly how he played last Test match also. Yeah. That is what
it
worked for him.
It wasn't so defensive.
No, it was. I remember that match. He was very defensive, but it worked for him. The first innings, I especially remember when it was tough, it worked for him. But I agree on this, that when you see, this is what, it's a game of cat and mouse in international cricket, right? You came up with a strategy and you made them toil and you worked and you were perfect in leaving. Australia realized that. So this match they came prepared that this is what his style is going to be. He succeeded by leaving a lot of ball and scoring later. Now we're not going to do it. So it's either your way, either we'll fail by you scoring off us, because we'll give you scoring deliveries. But if you go back to that plan of being reluctant to score, then we'll get you out as well. So they changed their plan, but this is where you also have to change. Exactly. And see, but Rahul, credit to him, that after that drop he realized
Yeah.
that see, this is the plan they've come with. I cannot now play the leaving game because sooner or later there'll be a ball that will have my name on it. So let me play. If he had started off like that, it would have worked. Probably now in second innings, I think he'll come with that approach, knowing that they're going to only target him in his stumps,
the stump
either going
or
for
on the
leg
body,
before.
yeah.
Exactly. Either going for leg before or ball.
But I think both of you will also agree on the fact that Shubman Gill looked the.
What if I don't agree?
No,
But
I think
do. I'm just kidding.
I think he looked
He
the
looked
best
good.
batter
He looked
on
good.
the
He looked
day.
very assured.
Very comfortable, compact. He went for all the shots. Every ball he exploited Mitchell. He played Mitchell Starc really well. As soon as he
Most
got
of his
some
boundaries
width,
came off Stark.
yeah, as soon as he got some width, he went for it.
No, Mitchell Starc before this Test match had bowled about close to 140 deliveries in Test match cricket to Shubman Gill and has not got him out even once in 140 deliveries, and that continues
Yes.
till today because Boland got him out.
Correct.
So Mitch Starc now would have bowled another 20 odd
20
deliveries.
odd deliveries. 150 plus.
So it must be 150 plus deliveries. Starc has bowled to Gill and never dismissed him in
Yeah.
Test cricket. That's the record he has.
That luck is going to Boland because Boland's dismissed Gill 3 times on the bounce now. 2 times in the WTC.
Poor guy got KL also, yeah. Walking wicket straight up first ball.
But there was no edge.
But actually didn't get him. He was
Yeah,
not out.
it was also no ball.
No, that's what I'm saying. Although
Yeah.
then people will say, no ball unlucky, but actually there was no edge.
There was
Yeah,
no
but
edge.
why didn't KL Rahul? Why did he walk?
After last time when he did not edge it, they still gave him out. So he said, now this time also.
Let me walk.
I'll walk only.
Yeah, that's the problem. And see, after 7.5, when that drop happened, he then overtook Gill as far as the
Yeah,
runs were
then he
concerned.
started playing. Then he looked really good.
Yeah, but then good catch though by McSweeney. That was a very sharp catch by
But
McSweeney.
she said that's part of the game. Sometimes you're dropped, sometimes.
I mean, see, you
He
know,
was also so one time it was a no ball and it wasn't even an edge. Then there was a drop catch by Usman Khwaja.
Usman Khwaja.
Then-
Same of Boland.
Yeah, he was taken by McSweeney.
But that's why I said even Pant got dropped. You didn't, man.
I think we are getting batting order wise.
You didn't.
No, we are going order wise.
Pant looked solid, but then that one brute of a ball from Cummins. Somewhere down the line, he will get one delivery to really surprise you. David Malan should know. Ashes, he was going fine. He and Root. Cummins round the wicket, gets it to jack back in, inside edge, gone. So that's how.
Let's take a few questions, Shivam. And let's hear some insights from our subscribers because they often
The
come with
light
some.
also went in between, it turned off.
Ah,
The
2
lights
times.
in the stadium.
Not once, twice.
Sometimes cameras aren't working, sometimes lights aren't working. See, Vishy sir, if this would have happened in India, he would have done a video on all the instances when it's happened in India.
good point.
Yeah, but then
Why haven't you done?
Yeah.
it was like our society backup. 30 seconds, it goes, it comes back.
But Vishy sir, it went now. If it would have happened in India, it would have
If
done.
it was a longer
we should have
blackout, I was
bashed
ready.
the BCCI and the Indian.
I was ready, but it didn't go for that long. I was ready. Durban once, a match was called off because the power didn't come back. So Pakistan were declared, or I think they lost on Duckworth Lewis. Power not there, so that's why game conceded. Then it happened in one more
But
instance.
it's happened in the first world, so why are you not doing that problem?
Wasn't long enough.
Ah, come on.
Yeah,
It still happened, nah.
30 seconds.
And what about the flies? They
yeah.
come to India and they complain about
we did,
heat and
we did
this.
for South Africa.
There's so many flies.
Monsoon, the toss
Nitish
also.
Reddy got a fly and he asked Cummins to stop.
Yeah, I
And
could
Cummins
have
got
asked-
angry and then bowled a bouncer.
I could have done one more on why Mohammad Siraj behaved very badly to Manas Labuschagne. It wasn't Labuschaigne's fault. A guy carrying a full beer, I think it was those glasses in a
Plastic
snake.
glasses. He was just showing off how many glasses of beer he's had.
Yeah.
So it was like from here till here.
And,
You know,
and
that's what
Labuschagne-
happens overseas when I go for test matches. England also. They come in the morning, whatever time, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, they'll get inside the ground. Beers will start. They keep drinking non-stop till 6 p.m., whatever, till the match is on. Typical test match, either Australia, England. And as soon as that is done, then you'll see them ground, they'll come out and then they'll go to these pubs close by. They'll all be crowded, same crowd.
Wow.
Then next day of the test match, same, back again, morning.
So at night they don't go, they are at the pubs.
No,
and
no,
then
no, they
oh,
go
okay.
and they come back. Yeah.
See, now it will be very late.
But 6
now.
o'clock they enter after the day. Then they're there till 10, 10:30, then go home. Come back next day, same routine. For 5 day or 4 day, how many ever days the test?
For journalists, will it be a travel nightmare? Because now it's 10:40 in the night, getting back to the hotel if they don't have their own.
So we did. We whenever we traveled, we had to do that. We have to do the show, and most of the time we used to have a show with Mr. Gavaskar. We do it. It was much later at night, and then
It would be a nightmare, or you would get.
No, we never relied on cab. We had somebody or the other look after.
But
us.
hotel is just walking distance. Where Mr. Sunil Gavaskar at least.
No, he's staying in the ground, not walking distance. In the ground. There's a hotel inside the
Inside
ground.
the ground. Yeah.
He's staying there. It's not walking distance. It's
But
in
for
the
the
ground.
team, it's walking
Team,
distance.
it is. Yeah, team can walk. It's not too far.
I think for all the practice sessions
No,
have
but where
come walking.
we were staying, we had to. It was far. But then we had somebody, some help, some family member, some subscriber, someone used to take us back at night. Okay, let's dive into some questions now. We got Rahul Java. He says, in India, these legends don't retire unless they are asked to go. Sorry, but Rohit Sharma isn't good enough in test and is more of a slogger. He couldn't defend, and now second innings, he will be slogging ridiculous.
I'll wait for the
way
second.
too harsh, yeah.
I agree, Rahul.
No, but I'll still give
Rahul,
him
you give a lot of hate to Rohit Sharma just as Shashwat does with KL Rahul.
No, I don't. I don't give any hate to KL Rahul.
I have to clean my ears to listen to that.
Our captain.
No, see again, he's been going through a rough phase. But both Virat and Rohit went through that rough phase. In 2024, both are averaging below 30, despite the 100 that Virat is. So that's terrible. I agree. In fact, KL Rahul is averaging 37, and he is dropped quite often. But are two legends. But then the fact is that both of them are ahead in terms of stature and what they have achieved than KL Rahul. So they get that benefit. But I agree, it's not an ideal time. And this is going to be, okay, truth be told, this is also going to be an important series for Rohit Sharma, the batter. But I think, there are 4 test matches. He's the captain. So I think he's going to play all of that. So it's best when we talk about a player and his form at the end of the series. I think that will be a better place to be sitting and talking about rather than every inning. I know that he didn't have a great time today. Virat didn't have a great time first inning of Perth, came back fighting second inning. So let's allow everyone some time. But let's see how he comes out batting in the second innings. I don't know whether he'll come out slogging. I would have liked to have seen him attack today also. I mean, attack doesn't mean mindless. Not like taking, but mixing caution with aggression.
But I think the situation he came in at that point, he had no other option but to be as defensive as he tried to be. Because 81 for 4, if I'm not wrong, India was at when he came out to bat.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that you look at what is going to work for you. Like I think Nitish Reddy realizes that.
No, but again, I think we were placing Rohit Sharma in the middle order, assuming that India is going to be at somewhat like 170, 200 for 4.
No.
I
said any situation. How can I be 100% sure?
I'm just saying.
I said that any situation that Rohit Sharma is going to be there, he in the middle order will just make your batting order a bit longer. And interestingly, I was reading a few former cricketers also talk just last night. They also had similar thoughts where they thought it's a good idea to have Rohit because it puts pressure on the opposition as well. Him coming down lower down the order. That's another thing he got out today. In hindsight, 2020 vision doesn't always happen. Ashish Dhar says Nitish Reddy groomed to be the next Hardik Pandya.
I told one more comment came in that sense.
Thank God he's not said Kapil Dev.
Yeah, I just told most of the guys who messaged me, hold your horses. It's a long series. Nitish Reddy has got a lot to prove.
No, plus he could probably become the next Hardik Pandya with a bat.
Yeah.
He could. But is he going to be Hardik Pandya with the ball? I'm not sure. I need to see him pick wickets.
Sure.
Is he a bowler good enough to be picking wickets in test match cricket? Yes, ODI cricket or T20 cricket where you need 4 overs and you get 2, 3 or 5, 6 overs out of him. I think that's a very, plausible thing to do, and it is something that India will do. I'm sure Nitish Reddy has a bright future. They will do that in white ball. Test cricket, I'm not sure that he is that all-rounder. Anyone, I repeat, anyone who can run 10 steps and bowl just becomes a fast bowling all-rounder for us without seeing whether his bowling is like that. That's what I said, that Manas Labuskakne also can do exactly that. But do Australia consider him as a fast bowling? No, he's a batter.
Even Virat can do this.
Yeah, but Virat is still...
That too, the wrong
He at least runs properly. And it's like saying Shivam Dubey. I would not be trusting Shivam Dubey with his bowling.
Yeah.
If you play him as a batter, that's another thing. But as a bowler, is he going to be an all-rounder? No. Venkatesh Iyer also, I would say. Would he be a bowler? No, for me.
No.
Batter, yeah, Siddhe guys. Same, I feel.
That's why, give him time. And with the ball, he has got a lot to prove. Ashish Dhar again is saying, believe Rohit coming down sent out a negative message to opposition. Rohit should bat as an opener. Pitches in Australia will suit his style of batting.
Yeah, I believe so. And I still believe so. That Rohit coming down
No,
is just...
you believe because you want KL out of the team.
No. I would have wanted him to come in the middle order, what he did after last time, because it just doesn't send the right message. It just shows panic in the batting lineup. It shows that you're not too sure about your batting lineup even after you have won a test match.
So wouldn't that be, you've won a test match with that batting order, now you've changed it, but showing panic? I mean, I'm looking at it that way.
I'm just looking at it at that as that way because Rohit Sharma is your designated opener. He's your skipper. So it wasn't like that he since the beginning he was in the 11 and then he was batting in the middle order. He was your opener. KL Rahul was a makeshift arrangement. Everyone knew, and the Australians also, I think, knew this very well, that if KL Rahul was making it into the team, it was in the middle order. It wasn't going to be in the opening slot. He came, he looked good, and also I feel that just the fact that KL Rahul definitely looked really assured. But when you just look at those runs, we'll talk about this test match 5 years down the line, we'll look at what runs did he score in this game. And those runs weren't that big runs for which you needed to sort of slot your captain, who has had a good average at the top of the order, to come down. So I just felt that way.
See,
it was a good decision. It was a really smart move as far as horses or courses is concerned. But I don't think it sort of works that way in test cricket.
Okay, supposing KL Rahul, he's made 37 here. Second innings, he makes a 40. India doesn't win. Rohit struggles. Then are you going to see Rohit open for Brisbane, which might very well happen, and KL gets demoted to number 6?
See, again, that was the whole problem. That's the only reason why I did not want a KL Rahul to open and Rohit come in the middle order, because 3 matches you cannot change your batting order 3 times in a row. That just unsettles everything.
So why don't you look at it on a more positive? If KL also gets run, Rohit also gets run, you continue like this.
You see,
that can also happen.
It is a very weird situation, because for 5 tests prior to this, Rohit can't play the moving ball, he's struggling with his reflexes, put him down at number 6.
And also with KL Rahul, we just saw that one game on the basis of
but one game it gets dropped also, no? See,
but
the
again,
game it works both ways.
No, but we also...
I just gave an example that out of all your batters, there are only 3 batters in this calendar year who have better average than KL Rahul.
Yes.
Shubman Gill,
3 out of 5.
Shubman Gill, Yashasvi Jaiswal, and Rishabh Pant.
Yeah, now you tell me, after this, the 3 remaining batters are KL Rahul, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. Yeah. You cannot compare KL Rahul with Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. Now then, automatically out of 6 batters, he's the weakest link.
You don't need to compare. He could have continued, is my point. I just counted all the batters.
What I'm trying to say, the kind of runs KL Rahul scores are just runs for survival.
See, as soon as those runs go back to that same debate again, KL Rahul. My point is that he, just as I said, fine, you cannot compare him, but then all can play together, right? All of these batters that I said, Virat, Rohit, and the 3 and KL can play in a batting order. That does not happen with him. But that is my point.
Because Rohit and Kohli aren't getting runs, even KL will continue to play.
But that's what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying that you are comparing them and putting them on the same pedestal, but all can play together. He's averaging more than them. But you are giving them
more than Sarfaraz?
No, Sarfaraz is the same. So. Same. I think they're both at 37, if I'm not mistaken.
This year?
Yes, this calendar year, 2024. But my point is that even if you were to look at that, he also gets dropped. By the way, he got dropped only then, somebody else gets a chance. So, just as you're saying that one inning he got runs, why did he continue? Okay, fair point. But then one inning when he doesn't get runs, he gets dropped. So, this is his curse.
No, but sir,
he's not walking on a tightrope. He's walking on a samurai sword.
I'm telling you, you need to tighten the rope yourself. Nobody else is going to do it for you.
So start with...
The kind of runs he's scoring are runs of survival.
What did you say?
They aren't runs that you're going to cement his place.
No, tighten what?
The rope yourself.
The rope?
Yeah.
For KL Rahul, it's a thread. It's not a rope.
She said it was always a rope. It was triple ropes, which he has made it into a thread.
No, my point is, why are we discussing? Is KL Rahul the reason that you are in this situation today?
No,
whether his batting is the reason, his bowling is the reason.
Batting as a whole is a reason, not KL Rahul only.
And his
One of the
bowling,
reasons.
does he bowl? Was it his problem? No, I'm just asking. Ghoom fir ke we reach him. He must be a very unfortunate guy. That no matter what happens, if it's a bad day for India,
Yeah,
it has to go down to that KL Rahul is playing.
exactly.
He was dropped after New Zealand first test match only.
Exactly.
He must be thanking his star he didn't play the remaining two.
I know.
Because then they would have said they lost the series to New Zealand because of KL Rahul.
Because of KL Rahul. Dhruv Karunanidan from the US is saying, Pant's keeping seems a bit off. Difference was visible even during New Zealand when Jurel filled in.
That's an interesting one. Well,
Today-
what are you putting in? No, couple of amazing takes he took, those bouncers.
Those buys that he conceded.
That catch was very tough. He shouldn't have gone for it. But I
Yeah.
think that's also natural, right? Keeper is trying to save the slip from doing that extra work. So
Exactly, and the buy is conceding, but yeah, that's how the line was from Mohammad Siraj. And because of the pink ball, it swung a lot more, and because of
And
that
swing late also.
late, no keeper in the world could have done anything about it. So that's unfortunate when it comes to Pant then. Sharan, but that's the problem, na Shashwat. Peak Virat, Sachin, and Rahul after getting such starts, they get big scores, but Shubman fails.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. That's very true. If Shubman, when we count Shubman Gill in that league and we sort of see him as the next big thing in Indian cricket, we compare him in the likes of, Sachin, Virat. This is something that Shubman Gill needs to look at, that he needs to convert his big starts. He's definitely, there are very few batters, in fact.
he's averaging, I think, 50 plus this calendar year.
Yeah, but
So
again,
what
he needs to convert it into big hundreds. Like Yashasvi does when he's going for that 100, he converts it into 160, 100, 150, 200 at times. Same, I think, with Shubman Gill, and there are very less batters. We were just talking about Virat and Rohit Sharma, that both of them have problems when the ball starts to swing. I was just trying to recollect how many batters are there actually who can counter swing. So Shubman Gill is somebody who can sort of counter swing really well. So he's a great batter, class batter. He needs to sort of score big runs. Today it felt like he's playing in Mullanpur, the way he was batting. Home conditions for him.
Mullapur, right?
Mullapur.
Mullapur.
Okay, there's one more. We've taken that.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
taken.
Priyanshu says it was stark pink ball masterclass. Absolutely agree. Peak in swingers and setting up with the ball going across. That he does very well. He did with Rohit. Did you see that?
He did.
Bowled a couple of inside, then one outside, and Rohit fell for it. Went for a drive, but just missed his back. He does it very well.
That rhythm is back when he gets that in-swinger going.
But this is what Bumrah also does very well.
Yeah.
In, then one.
And that one out has to be very accurate.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the batter knows what you're planning.
He is very good. Shami Bhai is. Where is he right now? Which part of the
Syed
country?
Mushtaq
No,
Ali.
which part of the country I know.
Bengal or...
No, he was in NCA some time ago.
Yeah, recovering from that again, that
Yeah,
leg
yeah,
injury
again he had
suffered
an
in the
injury,
smat. He came...
He really needs to be back. IPL. Cummins, another Delhi. Do the IPL with the ping ball, na?
Okay, KS is saying, what if Rohit got out early, then failed in the if he opened and got out early, and then failed in the second innings too? Would you change the batting order again in the next match?
Exactly.
Would you?
You will have no other option.
Then that is falling into
The
panic.
same
then.
thing, no? He's saying if he opened and didn't get.
No. Then I wouldn't. Then to Rohit would have continued to
So
open.
that's okay if he fails and continues to open, but then wouldn't people say, KL did well? Arey, if you lose this test match, he had opened, you lose this test match. So you won the test match with him opening. What a blunder. You changed that opening partnership.
But you did not win the test match because of that opening stand, na?
You did.
You didn't win it
the
with-
second,
no.
the second inning, of course. Of course you made it. It was that opening partnership between Yashasvi Jaiswal and
Which is
KL
why-
Rahul. Which
That took you way ahead in the game.
Which is why I'm telling you,
There's not
don't just
one
look at
reason. Of course, there's
centuries.
Bumrah who
Yeah.
contributed, Virat got but I'm just saying.
I understand. Don't look at just 5-wicket hauls or centuries. There were so many. Nitish Reddy's blitz in that first and second innings. KL Rahul's partnership of 201. 161 wasn't important. 201 was important. That took Australia out of the game totally in Perth.
R. Prasad is saying, hi Sports Today family, hi to you as well, Prasad. He's saying he is joining us from Dubai. Oh wow, lucky guy, you're going to see an India-Pakistan encounter, huh?
Yes.
First two matches it, I think.
Yeah.
First match.
First match, India-Pakistan.
Wow.
Wow, lucky you, Prasad. If
From the
any
team.
one of us goes there, come and say hi to us.
From the ring of fire.
Ring of fire.
He says, more than the match, I was looking forward to your discussion, Hare. Thank you so much. He says Ash should have bowled more. Hint of turn. Your views exactly, Prasad. I think if you joined us just now, initially in our discussion, we were wondering that why is it that you didn't get Ashwin? I know the ball is moving, but you should have gotten Ashwin, especially ahead of a Nitish Reddy for sure,
Yes.
and ahead of Harshit bowling 8 overs.
Correct.
Much quicker, much quicker. I hope, see again, that's why I'm going back to what I said at the start. I don't think there is that much of a gap. Yes, Australia in a better position right now, but if Indian bowling get their act together, they can make a match out of it. There's still a lot of cricket left in this game.
Yes, there is.
Okay, let's go down.
Go down.
Okay, yeah, there was a problem. Did you take that? Sharan's comment? But that's the problem.
We took that.
Acha, you took that.
Vihir
Vihir Shah.
Okay, Vihir Shah saying, Nikhil, with due respect, I think Nitish is well equipped to play proper test innings. Before he started hitting, he played like a proper test batter. Judging after 3 innings is not fair, but it is not on his batting.
No, I even go to the batting, Vihir. I'll just make it a point. And see it again, no bias. Look at it. Both the first innings of both test matches, he got his runs. First innings, Perth test match, came at a time where their regular bowlers are trying. Nathan Lyon comes in.
Yeah.
And he gets runs. I'm not saying that's bad. It's a smart ploy by a batter to utilize that condition. As soon as the bowling lineup is eased up a bit, that's a smart batter. So kudos to Nitish for doing that. He got his majority of runs there. Cut to this test match. Check out his initial bit. When he came out to bat, Mitch Marsh was bowling. See the initial bit when you are tentative, when you get out, that pressure is not there. Mitch Marsh bowling from one end, he didn't face a lot of Cummins who was bowling at the other. By the time they got a Starc and a Boland or whatever to come, he was very well set by that time. And that's the difference in a pink ball. He got that. You can check, you can go to the live score. I watched the match very closely. You can check the scorecard. So again, it's not his fault. Good on him to utilize that. Got a bit set, and then you reached a situation where he had to counter attack. And I think that's his comfort zone. Again, what he did was right, because the match situation became like that. He needed to counter attack, and that suited him. My point is, if he was to be batting in a situation where you have to, like Shashwat was saying, Rohit came at a time against that bowling attack where Starc is on top of his game, and you've just had a few wickets fall, and now you have to play a very test-like inning. That is going to be his real test. I agree with you, not going to be judging him, absolutely not. He's had a great start, in fact, I plan on discussing about him with Mr. Gavaskar. That video will be up at about 7 p.m. He'll be joining us live from Adelaide. So absolutely right. I hope he has I've already said he'll have a very bright future in white ball cricket, but I still feel in test matches, because see what happens is, there is an art of making test runs, which you see, which I'm saying like a Sarfraz has, because he's done it for so many years, or a Jurel has, or whatever batters that come through the rank have. Nitish has not really shown that on that front. Maybe he'll prove all of us wrong and does it. But I'm saying right now you have to rely on the resources you have. That's why I said that.
Exactly.
Parminder
Singh saying, across formats, Pant keeping to Bumrah, 8 drops in 42 attempts, against other pacers 10 drops in 132 attempts. He's quoted the source. And India missing swing bowler today. Akashdeep.
Yeah, we spoke. But also, Parminder, I also tell that stat, if you look at it a different way, also tells you why it is so tough for batters to play Bumrah.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. The angle and then that late movement that he gets. That's why it is troublesome, not only for the batter but for the wicketkeeper as well, to really judge where it's going.
That's just 18 drops in close to 200 attempts.
Yeah, no, not 200,
No.
about
42,
174.
Yeah, but 8 out of 42 attempts.
1 in 5
That's a
attempts.
Yeah.
1 in 5 attempts of Bumrah.
That's not a great stat, but that's an interesting stat. Thanks for that, Parminder.
Yeah. So 1 drop in every 13 for the rest of the guys.
Okay, we'll take final 2 comments before we wind up. Artur is saying,
Rohit's test captaincy is very mediocre. He just lets the game slip and does nothing to change the state of the game. He often picks the wrong playing 11 also.
Though to be fair, I was very happy with the playing 11 the first test match too. So how do I blame
See,
them.
we have talked about this in the Bangladesh and New Zealand series also. I think he's a little off the mark as far as Test captaincy is concerned, because now,
Which wasn't the case to begin with.
yeah, not the case to begin with, but lately since the past few Test series we have seen that. And also I feel today also when Harshit Rana, the way he was bowling, there should have been a change in plan there. You continued bowling him, didn't stop
No,
with the
as
same
we
plan.
spoke, yeah.
So
He waits for things to happen. Common complaint that's emerged in the past couple of seasons in that sense.
Okay, Rajan Rajput says India can't afford to give more than 70 run lead.
that will be also a little too much.
No, you can make comebacks with that much lead, but depending on how the pitch eases, if
The
it does ease
batting
out.
also needs to stand up.
No, but this is the same batting lineup
then-
that gave a 500 plus thing in the last Test
No,
match.
but then 30-40 runs won't do, na.
But they just
Yeah,
made
yeah,
no
yeah.
500 plus.
But-
So one inning happened doesn't mean. All I'm saying is that even 70, 100 lead is manageable in Australia, provided you get the typical Australian conditions.
Yeah.
You get, you've had Test matches go on to 5 days,
Yep.
totals close to 400 or 350 kind totals in fourth inning also people getting chosen. But yeah, ideally you wouldn't want to. So I agree with that sentiment. Mitran Shukla says Ashwin was injured of the ball he got out. He may have been, but he was very keen to bowl. I saw him on the ground, so eager to get the ball in his hand. I could see it.
Yes.
And he bowled at the end of it. So
Why doesn't he go and ask for it from Rohit?
you have to wait for the captain. Maybe he did. Captain said, wait.
I ruk jaya.
हाथ खोल के रखो.
Okay, is this Shivam Giri?
Yes.
Oh,
Shivam
we've
Giri.
got Shivam Giri. We'll do the segment quickly. What have we got?
Starc with KL Luck. Okay, it's like the Rock and the Great Khali together. I mean, I didn't-
KL's luck.
and Mitchell Starc in that sense.
Okay.
Yeah, he towers over KL's luck.
So yeah, Stark is higher than KL's luck.
KL's luck, yeah. Rock and the Great Khali in that sense. Right. Starc versus Jaiswal rivalry, interesting to see the series. पिछली बार क्या बोला था?
Too slow.
That I know. He got him out.
He got him
He
out.
sledged many others also.
Yeah, he
Starc,
sledged Nathan Lyon
Jaiswal.
also. Jaiswal.
Ah.
Yeah. Too slow and
Too old.
oh, too old. yeah.
ओपनिंग में आया हूँ 6 नंबर पे पहले सेशन में ही
batting
बैटिंग
on the-
ओपनिंग में आऊं या 6 नंबर पे पहले सेशन में ही बैठे.
I mean, those expression on Rohit Sharma in that sense.
That is true.
That's true, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Austin Lukuna has marked us so that we
Yeah.
could use it in Shivam.
Exactly.
Thank you, Austin.
Yep.
Is that it? Yes, that's all. Okay, final one. Jaiswal to Stark in first. It's coming too slow. Indian fans to him.
तुम्हारी इस एक गलती से कितना तमाशा होगा इसका अंदाजा नहीं है तुम्हें. Is it from
Gangs of
Wasseypur? Yes, yes, yes.
It is from here. Okay, on that note, thank you very much, guys, for giving us company as always. Day one of the game is done, but it's a day belonging to Australia. But tomorrow is another day. That's why we love Test cricket so much.
Yep.
Ups and downs. One team up on one day, the other makes a comeback.
No overcast conditions anymore.
Which one is this? Okay.
This is a good one.
What is
First match तो वर्ल्ड कप में भी हारे थे.
याद है फिर क्या हुआ था?
This is very
This
relatable.
is very good. This is very relatable.
Okay, guys.
On
Take
on
care.
that
Bye
note.
bye. Good night. Nandri. Vanakkam.
Shubh Ratri, Shabba Khair, eat your vegetables
And don't trouble your mother.
and subscribe to Sports Today.
Yeah, very important.
Bye-bye.
Very- Bye.